To clear the roadblock on the much-awaited solution to the impending Naga political issue, delegations of 9 NSC and IM leaders at the invitation of Government of India appointed interlocutor to peace talks, A.K. Mishra, reaches New Delhi. Notably, the delegations left for Delhi without Chief Negotiator and NSC and IM General Secretary T.H. Muiva. All Nagaland School Teachers Association warns state government of resorting to democratic means to attain justice over pending salary issue. Association writes letter to the State Chief Secretary J. Alam to intervene on the issue. Nagaland Governor Jagdish Mukhi directs complete construction of the Regional Convention Centre at the Northeast Zone Cultural Centre complex in Dimapur within the stipulated time. Construction work of Regional Convention Centre that started in September 2016 has been delayed due to COVID pandemic and has been extended till December 2022. Dimapur Municipal Council extends renewal registration certificate license for 2022 till May 31. DMC Administrator Albert Ezang directs all hand cart, sugarcane juicer, chaat, fast food, ice cream trolleys, bicycle and cycle rickshaw driving license holders to renew their certificate license within the stipulated period without fail. Amidst the escalating political and economic crisis, Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says he will appoint a new Prime Minister and a young cabinet within a week. In his address to the nation, Gotabaya says he is in talks with all party leaders to establish a new government. Hello viewers, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nagaland TV News Now. Let's see more of the news in details. 9 NSC and IM leaders at the invitation of A.K. Mishra reached New Delhi ahead of Indo-Naga talks. It is to be noted that a chief negotiator and top NSC and IM leader T.H. Muiva is not included in the 9-man team that left for Delhi on Wednesday. As per official sources, central government is serious and committed to solving the Indo-Naga issue and bring about a solution at the earliest. Notably, A.K. Mishra, who visited Nagaland last month, is expected to relay message to the NSC and IM leaders that all stakeholders, including the Naga public, is eager for a solution without any delay. The All Nagaland School Teachers Association has warned the government that the association may be forced to resort to democratic means to attain justice if pending salaries are not released. The association stated that their salaries have been pending for more than 2 months now. The teachers further mentioned that non-payment of salary for more than 2 months is also an absolute infringement upon the employees' fundamental rights guaranteed in the Constitution of India. The association wrote a letter addressing the Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Alam requesting his intervention on the issue. The association also stressed on the immense hardships faced by the teachers due to the non-release of salaries, since salary is their only source of income. Associations lastly urged the government to release all the pending salaries and warned the government that failing to do so would force the association to undertake democratic means of agitation. Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi on Wednesday directed the contractors and officials engaged in construction of the Regional Convention Centre at the Northeast Zone Cultural Centre complex in Dimapur to complete the construction at the stipulated time. Chairman of NEZCC Mukhi visited the RCC construction site and assured his support for the completion of the construction of the centre. Notably, the construction work of the RCC started in September 2016 during the tenureship of former Governor P.B. Acharya. Notably, the foundation of the centre was laid to facilitate and honour personalities and achievers from the 8 northeastern states. The renewal of Dimapur Municipal Council Registration Certificate license for 2022 has been extended till May 31st, upon which DMC Administrator Albert Izang directed all handicraft, sugarcane juicer, chaat, fast food, ice cream trolleys, bicycle and recycle rickshaws driving license holders to renew their certificate within the stipulated period without any delay. The Nagaland Bar Association has requested the Union Minister of Law and Justice Kiren Rijiju to help in setting up a separate High Court for Nagaland, saying that the state deserves it after 60 years of statehood. In a representative to the Union Minister, the association stated that Manipur, Tripura and Meghalaya states have been granted separate high courts, while Nagaland is still under Guwahati High Court. The association has assured to give their fullest support and cooperation and, in a separate representation, urged the Chief Minister and the state government to press for setting up a high court without further delay. As the entire world celebrates International Nurses Day on Thursday, Chief Minister Nltv Rio and MP S. Phangnon Konyak extended their greetings on the occasion. Chief Minister Rio, taking down to Twitter, mentioned that on International Nurses Day, people acknowledge the contributions of nurses around the world and further stated that they are the backbone of the healthcare system and that people are grateful to them for their altruistic service. Meanwhile, MP S. Phangnon Konyak tweeted saying that the significance of nurses as the lifeline of healthcare systems has been especially reinforced during the last 2 years when COVID raged across the globe. She also further extended her gratitude and salute to the nurses for their service and sacrifice to humanity. Now, after 7 years of construction, the Doyang Bridge is finally on the verge of completion. As per sources, the Doyang Bridge near Governor's Camp in Lipanyan village of Woka district is said to be ready for use during emergencies as all the major construction works like laying of final fort slabs and decks have been completed. It has also been stated that Chief Minister Nltv Rio is eagerly waiting for the completion of the project. The two-lane RCC bridge is expected to be inaugurated as all works complete. The Doyang Bridge project was taken up under Trans-Nagaland Expressway and the contract was allotted to Pukhato Shohei and Sons and the work under was issued in the year 2014. The bridge, once completed, will benefit many districts of the state including Dimapur, Woka, Mokokchung, Longlang and Mon. The Confederation of Chang Students Union has asked the government of Nagaland to punish those responsible for sending the Chennai returnees to Tuensang district on May 26, 2020. Notably, the CSSU had filed a public interest litigation on June 3, 2020 over the returnees from Chennai being made to leave Kohima Quarantine Center for Tuensang before results of their COVID-19 tests were out. Following which, the union on Wednesday approached the High Court to address the grievances of the returnees, improving medical facilities and also conduct a detailed inquiry into the incident under the Disaster Management Act 2005. Therefore, it asked the authorities to punish those involved in sending the 169 returnees to Tuensang based on the findings of the judicial inquiry team and the judgment of the High Court. The Seminyu District Planning and Development Board meeting is scheduled to be held on 18 May 2022. Notably, the meeting will be held at 11 a.m. in the official chamber of the Deputy Commissioner of Seminyu. It is to be mentioned that all the DPDP members have been requested to make it convenient and attend the meeting positively. The ongoing AstroTurf football field construction at Tuensang under the state plan is nearing completion and expected to be completed by this month. The installation of synthetic turf is set to be completed by the end of this month, and football enthusiasts will be able to experience and easily adapt to football fields of national and international levels. The AstroTurf project began in October 2021 after being sanctioned in the same year. The Wokha District Cricket Association is all set to conduct senior cricket team trials starting from May 13 to May 14. The trials are to be conducted in view of the forthcoming senior inter-district cricket tournament at Stovima. Trials will be conducted at the local ground Wokha, and the association has invited interested senior cricket players above 19 years of Wokha district to take part in the trials. Hidayat Ali, who hails from Assam, now settled in the US, scaled Mount Everest early on Thursday morning. Notably, Ali, a software engineer by profession, reached the top at around 7:30 a.m. and is the 7th Assamese mountaineer to climb the Mount Everest. It is to be mentioned that Ali climbed the peak with an international team with 11 other mountaineers. Earlier, he also climbed Mount Elbrus, the highest peak in Europe, Mount Aconcagua in 2019, and Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa, in the year 2018. To mark the 8th anniversary of Modi government, BJP is set to launch a massive fortnight-long campaign on May 30. Notably, the campaign is said to reach out to all the sections of society, particularly on minorities, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Meanwhile, elected representatives of the party, MPs and MLAs will actively participate in the public outreach programs. It may be mentioned that BJP President JP Nada will kick off the campaign, and a book titled A Report to the Nation is also set to be released. Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually attended the Utkarsh Samaroh in Gujarat's Bharuch on Thursday. Notably, the program was organized to mark the celebration of 100% saturation of 4 key schemes of state government in the district. It is to be mentioned that Utkarsh Samaroh is a celebratory event to mark the culmination of the Utkarsh Initiative drive conducted by the Bharuch District Administration from January 1, 2022 to March 31, 2022. It may also be mentioned that the drive ensured the provisions of schemes providing financial assistance to widows, elderly and destitute citizens. The 4 schemes are namely Ganga Swarupa Arthik Sahay Yojana, Indira Gandhi Virud Sahay Yojana, Niradhar Virud Arthik Sahay Yojana and Rashtriya Kutumb Sahay Yojana. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday lauded the dedication and compassion of the nurses on the occasion of International Nurses Day and acknowledged their vital role in keeping their planet healthy. The Prime Minister, taking down to Twitter, mentioned that International Nurses Day is a day to reiterate our appreciation to all the nursing staffs for their exceptional work in most of the challenging situations. He also said that International Nurses Day is an opportunity to express gratitude to nursing fraternity, which is recognized for its selfless service in humanity. Meanwhile, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, MP Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, also tweeted saying that on International Nurses Day, we express our gratitude to hard-working nurses, staffs for serving humankind with utmost dedication during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, and further stated that their tireless efforts are saving precious lives, strengthening the medical system and ensuring well-being for all. The Indian Medical Association on Wednesday wrote a letter to Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia urging him to reschedule the NEET PG examination, which is scheduled to be held on 21st May. The IMA in the letter mentioned that the difference between NEET PG examination date and the completion of 2021 counselling is too short for an aspirant to prepare and appear for an extremely difficult examination like NEET PG. Furthermore, the IMA also stressed the need to defer NEET 2022 examinations as it concerns career paths of lakhs of medical graduates. Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal, while addressing a rally in Rajkot city on Wednesday, promised free pilgrimage for senior citizens in AC trains if Aam Aadmi Party was voted to power in Gujarat. Kejriwal also promised free electricity, better schools and hospitals, and Kejriwal further accused BJP of failing on education, health and employment fronts in Gujarat, even after ruling for 27 long years. It may be noted that the assembly polls in Gujarat are due by the year end.
कुछ दिनों से मैं देख रहा हूं कि पंजाब के
An Indian Air Force sergeant was arrested in Delhi for allegedly leaking classified information about defense to a foreign country. Notably, the arrested sergeant has been identified as Devendra Kumar Sharma, who belongs to Kanpur and was working as an administrative assistant at Air Force Record Office at Subroto Park in New Delhi. The matter came to light when IAF authorities lodged a complaint at Crime Branch stating that Sharma had leaked sensitive information about defense installations and Air Force personnel through the electronic means to a foreign agent. Meanwhile, a case was registered under the Official Secrets Act. Furthermore, during the course of the investigation, incriminating evidence such as electronic gadgets and documents were seized at the accused and arrested in the case on May 6. Further investigation is underway. The Directorate of Revenue Intelligence has unearthed yet another novel modus operandi and effected the seizure of 62 kilograms of suspected heroin after interdicting an air cargo consignment. Notably, this is one of the biggest seizures of heroin to date through courier or cargo and/or passenger modes in India. In an operation codenamed Black and White, the DRI seized heroin worth rupees 432 crores from an imported cargo consignment, which was declared to contain trolley bags. The offending cargo, originating from Nltv in Uganda, had arrived at the air cargo complex in Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi via Dubai. It may be mentioned that a swift follow-up of operations in two more states, namely Punjab and Haryana, led to the recovery of yet another 7 kilograms of heroin and rupees 50 lakhs in cash. While the import consignment had 330 trolley bags, the seized heroin was found to have been ingeniously concealed inside the hollow metal tubes of 126 trolley bags. The concealment was extremely difficult to detect. The DRI officers have apprehended the importer of the offending consignment, and other suspects are also being interrogated, but the investigations are still underway. Indian rupee dropped as much as 0.5% to 77.63% per dollar on Thursday, hitting a record low for the second time this week. With this new low tumble, bonds and stocks retreated amid growing worries that accelerating inflation may force the central bank to tighten rates more aggressively. Meanwhile, the benchmark Sensex index tumbled by 1.7% to the lowest in 2 months. On the other hand, sovereign bonds also retreated. In this regard, investors are worried that inflation staying above the upper tolerance band of 6% for the fourth straight month may nudge the central bank to continue hiking rates to avoid breaching its mandate. According to sources, the RBI will raise its inflation forecast in the June monetary policy meeting, possibly setting the stage for more interest rate increases by August. Amidst crisis, Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa addressed the nation on Wednesday amid the escalating political and economic crisis, stating that he will appoint a new prime minister and a young cabinet without any Rajapaksas in it. Gotabaya said that he was in talks with all the party leaders to establish a new government. In view of the recent violent clashes, he said that he has ordered relevant authorities to take action against the perpetrators. The president also said in his address that he will empower the parliament, bringing back the 19th Amendment and abolish the executive presidency once the country establishes. Now, Russia has imposed sanctions on more than 30 EU, US and Singaporean energy companies in a retaliatory move following the penalties by the Western to Russia over Ukraine on Wednesday. The Russian government has listed 31 companies, mostly belonging to Gazprom Germany, a group of subsidiaries of Russian energy giant Gazprom. The sanction includes a ban on transaction and entry into Russian ports of vessels linked to the affected companies. A Tibet airline plane on Thursday went off the runway in an airport in China's Chongqing. The flight was headed to Tibet's Ningxi from Chongqing when crew noticed abnormalities and suspended the takeoff by resulting the plane to overrun the runway and catch fire. All 113 passengers and 9 crew has been safely evacuated, and injured passengers have been sent to the hospital for further treatment. Thank you, viewers. That's all from News Now. For more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. Manulaga Awas.
Hello viewers, Arabi Ekbar Swag